Okay guys, so I got a lot to report this week. This is just a typical update, but before we go any further, be sure to like this video, comment your thoughts about it. I also got a new camera, which I will show in a later video because I'm using it right now, and I'm gonna order pieces soon, so just be sure to do all that like I said. So this has been more of a typical update for Helms Deep. Be sure to not miss next time's update because I'm going to be going over a couple of surprises, so please do not miss out on that. And if you are new to my channel, and this is the first time you're maybe watching one of my videos, why don't you go back and check out my other videos of Helms Deep to see like how I changed around and did all that. So far I've done a lot for Helms Deep in general. I'm very pleased on how it's turning out. It's getting there slowly. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna order a massive Lego order again to maybe finish off the little wall and maybe some of the rock work and some of the tiling for the floor. Then I'll kind of go around and check out and see if I can like trade pieces from Lego friends I have, or maybe buy a couple pieces from them or do something, because I want this Helms Deep done before week 50. So this Helms Deep needs to have Urkai, it needs to be finished, and all that jazz. So everything needs to be done by then. So now that we're done talking with schedule, Helms Deep, I've added a couple things here and there because I'm closely running out of pieces, but I'm doing well so far. I'm trying to do the foundation. I'm trying to make sure that the foundation is sturdy. Like, do you remember how I did all of for the groundwork for the outside of Helms Deep, how I had just a random filter bricks and you guys were probably like, what the heck? That's what I'm doing over here. I'm just adding random filter bricks so that when I do cover them up, that they look nice. So it kind of looks like muddy terrain on the side of a mountain. And I've also started the little wall that is like towards the side that the Urkai blow up. I've started that, and I've tried to like do that because I want to finish everything on the outside before I go full out inside, because everything on the outside needs to look nice, because I can get away with more on the inside than I can on the outside. So the outside walls need to be done, including, I'm not going to start the U-shaped top wall yet, because I can get away with more from that. Like, I can only make it like 3 or 4 bricks high and I could get away with it. But the little wall, I can't really get away with easily. So I'm gonna start that. And so now that I'm done talking with what I did, let me show you all. So guys, this is what I've done so far. I have Lurtz's rock. Lurtz is the Urkai general, by the way. I've added a couple more pillars for the caves. And like I said, I've started the little wall. So here it is so far. I know it kind of looks junky so far because like you may see those green pieces right there, but it doesn't look bad. You'll understand why. It'll kind of look like this wall. See how there's like just mixtures of pieces that makes it look really well? That's what it'll be like. I think it's going to require maybe 500 Lego gray brick parts all the way down. So yeah, that's what's going to require. So I'll go on to Lurtz's rock real quick. Sorry, my studio's a mess. I just need to bring you guys an update. So it looks really good. Oh, let me turn him a bit. So it looks really good in general, the rock. I think it's about the scale maybe. I just need to cover up, like when I put it on the model, I need to make sure that there are parts that kind of float to make it look like it's like not, like, if you know what I mean, it would be out of proportions, and I need to make sure I cover up that. Filter brick, this is what it looks like down. It's built upside down. The reason that I'm able to keep the Urkai up is because of this little pin. See, it kind of It's one of these little Technic pins with a stud on the top. It just kind of fits in like that. Then I'm able to add my Urkai right there. So it looks really menacing. The rock in general, it looks really menacing. It's kind of like seeing like a giant monster on a rock shouting with its sword. That's kind of creepy if you ask me. So really good in proportions. I'm pleased with it. Leave your thoughts on it. So let me show you where it goes. It goes about right here. So I'm going to take the Urkai off so it doesn't fall. See, I'm kind of creating a bit of an outline right here. So it'll look really nice in general. Then I'll stick it right here. And that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to kind of make it flow better from the sides, because from the back it looks really nice, but it kind of needs to have some right here. It feels like it kind of goes into a V shape or easily, so I need to make sure that it doesn't. It needs to look like a boulder like that. So yes, leave your thoughts on it. Tell me if you notice something that should be done. I've also been adding all these little tiles to make maybe like a rockwork path, because I thought that it would kind of be like one of those small details that would make the model kind of like this little river, as you see, kind of flows down like that. I thought, okay, that looks good. You might notice that little blue stud. Guys, I am adding some blue studs because, you know, there are puddles, because during the Battle of Helms Deep, it was raining. It was raining hard and all of that. So I've been doing outline for Helms Deep. I've been trying to like do like the puzzle. I call it the, man, I'm sorry, I feel so stupid right now because I can't remember. I call it the puzzle method, where I'm trying to fill in all the ends, kind of like you would for a puzzle, and then fill in the middle. That's what I'm going to try and do right now for this model. I've done over there, I've done most of back here, some right there, all of right here, and almost, so it's basically almost done. So that's what I'm doing, if you're just wondering why there are just like most of it is covered up. So like I said, a lot of filter bricks flowing. In general, it's looking really, really nice. I'm just, you know, well, it doesn't look nice, it's just flowing really nice. I'm trying to do all the basic foundation work, like I said, so it kind of flows with this and this, so it doesn't seem like this is mountain and this is prairie. I don't want that. I need to make it needs to flow nice. I know that it'll be covered up with Urkai, but it still won't make sense. So there's one little hitch I need to explain to you guys. Notice how kind of this goes down to a little bit of a like angle. I need to get that fixed, because under here, you know, the Lego platforms, they're not like exactly like one they're not exactly like one plate high. They're like maybe 3/4 a plate high. So it kind of leaves a little bit of a mark right there. So I got to be able to like fix that and like kind of make it look better, because it kind of adds a little bit of a mark right there. So by the next update, that will be done. So the river, I've been adding filter bricks against to kind of make it look like a little bit of like a ravine, like the river created a ravine because all the water leakage came from here. So I could imagine that there would be a little bit of a ravine. Water goes that way and goes a little bit that way. I'm pleased with it. So I have an elf minifigure right here. I'm going to put him right against the wall so you guys can see the absolute scale of the wall. Put the device down. See, it's about minifigure scale, I would say. So yeah, I would say that the wall's onto a great track so far. If it's minifigure scale, it's good, because everything else in this model is minifig scale. It's absolutely huge. This Helms Deep is, I would consider the actual scale of what Helms Deep actually was. Another thing, I'm gonna make another ballista. I decided to make another one. I'm not gonna make like 2 more, just another one. I think 3 would be good. 4 would be a little bit much if you ask me. So I'm only gonna make 3. So there'll be 3 when it's all done, and just leave your thoughts about that, guys. So one other thing I want to address about the little walls over here. I'm going to make ladders. If you remember in the battle, there was a bunch of ladders ladders really determined the battle. So how many ladders should I make right here? I'm thinking 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I may be wrong. Leave your thoughts, because see how this wall, how it has 2, it has like a great amount of ladders, but it doesn't take away from the model in general. I need to make sure that I do that for over here, that I don't like overload with ladders to the point where it's kind of like, oh, this is obnoxious, but to the point where it's like not too little. So yeah, that's the hard thing about it. So I've also added all of these other little Lego plants all throughout the model, as you can see, just to give it some life in Helms Deep. Just like in general, when you step back, the plants add a little bit of serenity to the model itself. They kind of give a feel that I really, really enjoy. So I started building the Urkai figures I have. I added 2 more, one up there, and another one right here. And I've had these guys down here for a while. So in general, yes, I'm starting to do the Urkai. So I'm going to go around and show you what I'm doing back here. So I'm adding these parts, attaching them to these stud headlight bricks, as I call them, even though they aren't technically headlight bricks. And I'm kind of doing like, see how the rock work right here is? That's what I'm doing right here, just making it look nice in general. The other thing is, you might notice some green right here. I'm not going to cover that up because where there's water, there's grass. So I thought, okay, it would be cool if there was at least a little bit of grass. I'm also going to have a little bit of grass right there. So that's the reason I'm keeping that up. And this is going to be about, the reason I started a little bit of the walls, because I could show you guys. This is about the width of how there were, if I remember from the movie, there were only 2 Urkai figures shoulder to shoulder could fit through. So I think this is about right if there's going to be a little bit of slopes right here. In general, I think it's about scale and it looks really nice. And then I added a couple plates so that it'll keep in general the idea of what's happening over here. So next week, I'm going to give you guys some details of what will happen next week. We'll be working on the rock work for right here and right here, just to kind of finish this up so that I can brag about another part of Helms Deep that is done. Because see this, the main U-shaped right here, this is almost done. I'm just going to cover up with a couple pieces right here, like fill in the cracks and all of that fun stuff. But for in general, that this is almost done. So like I said, rock work, look out for that. Let's go on to the pillar. This pillar is about 14 inches high. So that, it's a pretty big height. So let me stick a minifig right next to it so I can show you. So really, really big. It's almost the size of the wall. So the wall itself is 18 inches high. It's close to it. The reason that the pillar, you might notice, well, that's, if this is 14 inches, that's not 18 inches. The reason that is 18 inches is because see how this is elevated? Helms Deep's walls were not elevated. I'm counting the rock work too. So the pillar looks really nice. It's going to be holding up a lot of the roof for the mountain structure once it comes up. This is going to be one of its highest points. What it's going to do is it's going to come up like this, go down, go up like this, then slowly flow back down. That's my plan. So leave your thoughts on the pillar, guys. Built it mostly out Technic. Took me 2 or 3 days because it kept falling over. So I added 2 boulders. Like over here, I remember that I got a lot of comments about this boulder and how nice it looked. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll make a couple more. They aren't done yet. That's so you might be like disgusted by how they look. Even I am. But I'm gonna add more, and I'm gonna fix up the rock work right here because I was basically just like, I was kind of bored and I thought, okay, I'll just do some rock work. That's what I did. I'm just waiting to get more pieces because once I finish that over there in the main wall, this will go out with a breeze because of, I have a lot of pieces to do this. It's just other parts need more of my care at the moment. So been adding some plates to kind of make it look nice. Trying to cover up all these filter bricks. And here's another pillar I made. It's about 8 inches high. Looks really, really cool. It's gonna help support the model too. And the thing we'll do next week also will be, we're gonna kind of work on this, see how it kind of looks uneven and it's a little bit broken. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna make sure it's sturdy, and also the rock work for the sides right here we will start, because I need to start getting up and moving because this Helms Deep needs to be done before July. So that I'm really gonna hit it hard for the next weeks. That's why the Wakanda mock won't be around. So thank you for watching this video, Jack Mocks. I appreciate you guys spending your time. Be sure to like and subscribe, and always have a great day.